There we go.
No, I'm not bullying.
So, but do you have like classroom expectations that you need to follow? Like you're listening, not talking when Mrs. Carrillo's talking, stuff like that? So Officer Buckle does something like that too. He gives out some expectations for the students. So now that we know who Gloria is, based on the cover, what do you think she is doing? What do you think she's going to do in this story?
Going to act?
Yeah, she looks like she's doing something crazy, right? She's upside down. She's way in the air. So she thinks she's going to do some tricks.
She's doing some proud.
Yeah, I think she knows some amazing tricks while we do it. Yeah, we can ignore that, Diego.
You was recording the whole
Okay, so we just talked about Officer Buckle's face, right? And how he looks nervous. Here, Double can sit there. It's okay. So, do you think he likes the tricks Gloria does, based off of his face? No, he does not look like he likes the tricks. So as we read the story, let's pay close attention to people's feelings. And so not only in the story, in the words, can we see what people are feeling, but in the illustrations too, like we did on the cover. Okay. So we can start. So we have Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathman. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Mayville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77.
And then he fell because he accidentally hurt his foot.
Yeah, he's falling in that one. So it says, never stand on a swivel chair. Do you think he was standing on a swivel chair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how he just got it.
Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Nateville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes they were snoring. Did you look happy in that picture? No, you did not. Afterwards, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle. But Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Uh-oh, what do you think is going to happen? Miss Topple's on a swivel chair. What do you think is going to happen?
He's gonna fall.
Yeah.
And how did he even fall?
Because the swivel chairs are not safe to stand on.
No. Wait, turn back. No, how did he fall?
How did he fall? I think his shoes are his shoelaces untied. I think the students at Nateville need to be listening.
No, they're lazy.
They're lazy, didn't tie his shoes. Okay. Then one day, Nateville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared.
Somebody gotta take that soap paper.
Because they're not paying attention. His shoelaces are untied. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle.
Oh my God.
Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. No, we gotta go back inside. The children's eyes popped. Oh my gosh, do you see what Gloria's doing? I think that's
She's
what the
an
children are looking
acrobat
at.
instead of
A dog? Yeah, she's an acrobat.
Everybody was an acrobat dog.
Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression.
Wait, I know why.
The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. So based off of some words, what do we think Officer Buckle's feeling?
I know, what is Gloria doing? She's showing them what not to do.
She's showing them what not to do through her tricks. So do you think Officer Buckle is happy about this right now? What are some things that we know? How can we tell he's happy? Yeah, he's smiling pretty big in this. The first sentence on this page says Officer Buckle grinned. Can you show me, even though they can't see because of your mask, can you show me a grin? Can you go Smile really big under your mask. A big grin. Yep, so Officer Buckle's really happy.
I wasn't smiling.
Okay, can we sit down, Delvon?
I got stretch out.
Okay, as long as you're paying attention. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station.
Dang.
It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Nateville. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination.
Can we read this one?
But we can read that one. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend, George. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumb-tacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools.
Dang.
Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Okay, Dylan, can you sit down now? Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium.
What?
And he's got a big audience and people are filming him.
Oh, he was
When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms. The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. There we go. The next day, the principal of Nateville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? How do we think Officer Buckle's feeling now after watching the news?
like mad because no one was even like looking at him. They was looking what Gloria was doing.
Yeah. So he's feeling upset. So someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Nateville School had its biggest accident ever. So how do you think Gloria's feeling?
She's feeling sad.
Yeah, she's feeling alone and sad because she doesn't have Officer Buckle. Okay. Okay, Devon.
Holy moly.
It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid into Miss Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer.
Oh, somebody about to get hit with a hammer.
I know, this is bad.
Oh, wait. Turn back.
Turn back.
Look.
You see something?
Yes. The kid with a safety helmet.
Yeah.
From
Oh my gosh.
little note.
Good eye, Diego.
I just realized
Good
that.
eye, yeah.
I think it was like
It's Claire.
the same kid.
Wow.
Nice
job,
He might
Diego.
be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's read
he
it.
was.
The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my safety helmet. Safety tip number 7. So what do you think happened to Claire? Based on her drawing.
She got hit with a hammer.
She got hit with the hammer, but she was wearing her
Safety helmet.
safety helmet. Safety tip number 7. Yep.
7.
Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. So do you think they're friends again? Do you think they made up?
Yep.
Yep. Do they?
Hey, but what's the
Yep. Let's read his best safety tip yet.
safety tip 100?
Savory tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. So do you think they're happy they're best friends again?
Yay!
Yeah. So as we read, Okay, Delmar, can you sit down again? So at the beginning, we talked about how Officer Buckle might not be a big fan of Gloria's tricks. In this story, was he, at the beginning, really happy about what Gloria was doing? At the very beginning, no, he was upset. We talked about he was frowning. He, after,
Doesn't even move.
yep, after the news, here we go, after the news, he was upset. He didn't want to go to the school.
Banana.
And then the banana pudding happened, yeah. So we were right? He wasn't a fan of Gloria's safety tips, and Gloria was sad without Officer Buckle. So on this page with Gloria, what are some words in the story that tells us how Gloria's feeling?
Hey, it even shows the banana thing.
This is the banana pudding. So in this sentence it says, Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. So does that tell us about her feelings? Right. From that sentence, does it tell us everything Gloria's feeling? Yeah, she's feeling sad and alone.
I'm about to lay down.
Yeah, we're gonna sit up during this, okay? You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So when can you two think of a time in your own life that you got jealous of one of your friends?
I never.
You never get jealous of your friends?
No, even. Well, yeah.
Yeah, can you?
Well, no.
I know I've been jealous of my friend before. When that happens, I just remind myself that she has strengths that I don't have, and I have strengths that she doesn't have. So Officer Buckle and Gloria pretty much are the same too. Because Officer Buckle has his safety tips. Diego, Delvon, can you look at me? Officer Buckle has his safety tips, and he's really good at telling everyone what to do to keep them safe. And Gloria's strength? What is Gloria's strength?
To act it.
Yeah, she acts it out. She keeps people interested in what's going on. And so together, they're a really good team. Okay? So after this, when we go to write in class, or wherever doing a writing prompt or anything like that, we're going to use details like Peggy Rathman, who's the author of our story, used. And we can use that in our pictures. Like we said, he looked happy and Gloria looked sad on stage. And we can use that in our words too. Like how we can write Officer Buckle grinned, like we talked about earlier. Or Gloria sat on stage alone. Okay? Do you think guys that we can do that?
I don't know.
You don't know? What do you need help with, Elon?
My hair.
Can you put your mask back on?
The mask is so hot. It's not that hot.
Yeah, we gotta keep them on. Keep us. That if Officer Buckle came, do you think that would be one of his safety tips? To keep your mask on? I think that would be one of his safety tips too.
How? Please.